What up, everybody? How are you this morning? As you can see, the windows, it's early in the morning. I have a busy day today, so I'm shooting early in the morning just for you guys. But you know how we do it this side. I'm Nicky Nash from Central South Africa in proud collaboration with Change Cars, as always. Today, I'm here to tell you about a car I'm currently testing. I've been testing for the past 6 days. It's the Chery Tigo 8 Pro Max. So this is the top of the range. So this one is fitted with every single thing from your adaptive cruise control, your safety systems, the 4 pipes. And we're going to speak about those 4 pipes actually. But if you would like to see this review, but in the pre-facelift, click the link in the description box below or the pop-up banner, whichever one pops up. And then but today I'm going to tell you about the car I'm in. You know how we do it this side. We're going to speak about the exterior look of the vehicle, interior look of the vehicle, overall drive, and cost of ownership. And for a change, this car doesn't cost R1 million like every other car I've been reviewing lately. So speaking about the exterior look of the vehicle, what do I think about this car? Well, firstly, I like the look of this vehicle. It's a very good looking vehicle. I'm a fan of this vehicle more from the rear. So the major updates that Chery has done for this vehicle is definitely with regards to the rear, more to the rear. But speaking about the front, the lights, I don't think they've been changed much compared to the one I had on test last year. One thing that I do notice that has been changed is definitely the grille as well. That has been changed. And also in the evening when you unlock the vehicle, the Chery badge lights up, like it illuminates, so it lights up. That's a cool feature. I just hoped it could light up. You could control it when it lights up, like maybe I want it on throughout the night, those type of things. I think that would have been a nice feature to have, but can't ask for too much at this price point. I think it's a thought that counts. It makes the car look quite good in front, and the inside profile looks the same as the pre-facelift. Moving on to the back, I think that's where a lot of changes has happened. And if you own a pre-facelift Chery Tigo 8 Pro Max, you might just end up just buying this one because of how it looks at the back. So speaking about the looks at the back, now they've changed it up in terms of the lights as well. The light design at the back, now it's a full light bar, like every other vehicle in the market right now. It comes with a light bar. Looks good as well. I like the look of the vehicle at the back. I think it's one of my favorite parts about the vehicle. Not my favorite has to be the interior. And speaking about the interior, let's move on to the interior. What do you get that's been updated? When you move into the interior, you get this lovely, beautiful leather wrap steering wheel. That's the updated steering wheel. You get the 2 big screens in front of you, touchscreen infotainment system with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and a digital instrument cluster here. Currently, I have it set to be showing me my map, but I can adjust it to show me the cars around me, the lane keeping assist. It can show me how much fuel I'm averaging, all those type of things. But I just prefer the look of this one, the map design. And then the touchscreen infotainment system, everything is there. Everything you need to know, everything is there. Everything about the car is there as well. I think I mentioned it in my Chery Tigo 7 review that I like how there's vehicle settings and local settings, you know. So because if they put everything in one thing, it would have been too much. So that's a nice thing about the vehicle. The other parts of the car that I really do like is actually what I'm sitting on, the seats. The seats for me are amazing. They feel so good. The seats feel so good. So these ones are even written Tigo on them. They feel good. I like how I can control the passenger seat from where I'm sitting, from the driver, because there's side controls on the side of the seats, so I don't have to reach over to the other side to control the seats in case if someone got in the vehicle and put the seat and adjusted the seat in a position that I don't like. But being here in front, everything is perfect. In the center console here, you have the gear lever. The gear lever doesn't move around; it stays in one position. I think it's okay. The only thing that I don't like about the gear lever, and it's quite confusing, is how you go into manual mode. Although there will never be a need to go to manual mode, but if you wanted to go into manual mode, so when you move the gears on the right hand side of the gear, there's this button here. That button is written M. That's how you go into manual mode. So in most vehicles, a button on the gear lever is for what do you call this? It's for unlock, and then you move to the whatever gear you want to go to. And then if you manual, just pop it down once. In this one, you have to press that button to go into manual. So I found myself in manual mode a couple of times without knowing how I got into manual mode until I actually looked around and understood what's going on. That's something I not necessarily don't like, but could have been done better. But that's just it. Other than that, the center console is okay. Moving on to the back seats, the space and the feeling of the back seats as well, man. Like where I'm sitting now as the driver, when I move on to the back, you don't feel a disconnect. Like it's the quality they used all around, even in the back. The seat feels so good. Like it's something I need to preach. The seats feel so good. I like how adjustable they are as well. They have ISOFIX points for the child seats there at the back. So this one is a 7-seater, so there's obviously 2 more seats at the back. That does hinder a bit of boot space, but overall I think it's decent enough. Something that I actually do like about this vehicle being a 7-seater that some 7-seaters don't offer is a parcel shelf. Like a load cover. This does have that. It's currently just off, but this does have that. I like that about the vehicle. At least it has that because of the country we're in. So moving on to the drive of the vehicle, this car is powered by a 2-liter 4-cylinder which produces 187 kilowatts. Oh my days. And 390 newton meters of torque. So that kilowatts, will you feel it? Yes, you will. But you feel it to the later end of the spectrum. You don't feel it from standstill. That 187 doesn't kick in from standstill. Maybe once you're doing above 80, 100, then you can feel, okay, I'm actually in a vehicle that actually can perform. But with that performance comes a lot of problems in terms of fuel efficiency. So if you're looking for a fuel efficient car, this is not one of those. This and the Chery Tiggo 7 I had on test is not one of those fuel efficient vehicles. That's one thing. Obviously, in a vehicle this big, you're gonna be using it for traveling and all that stuff. You wanna easily do above 500 k's on one tank without having to worry. In this vehicle, you could do above 500 k's, but you're gonna have to worry eventually. Once you get around 400 k's, you start looking at the petrol gauge. You'll be like, okay, now I'm seeing it's quite low. So I've done just over 300 k's right now with the vehicle. And my range is telling me 103. I think when I shoot this or the overplay videos, it should be under 100. But yeah, I think to get to 600 k's on one tank of this vehicle, you need to be very disciplined to get to that. So it's something that I don't like, and I wish Chery could improve on. But overall, drive of the vehicle feels good to drive as well. It's a good car to be in. There's a bit of a disconnect if you drive a lot of vehicles and you jump into a Chinese vehicle or this specific one. You get to understand why certain vehicles are a bit more expensive, because I think the Chinese still have a bit of they need a bit more time to what's the word I'm looking for, to get the drive correctly, or to get the drive as smooth as other manufacturers, because they've been in the industry for much longer, right? And when I reference this because, for example, I just jumped out of a Range Rover Velar and Ranger Platinum, right? Those vehicles, the drive of those vehicles, aside that it's a Range Rover Velar, it's a Ranger Platinum, aside those things, just the drive of the vehicle, you can tell that you're in a car that the manufacturer has been doing this for a long time. They know what they're doing in terms of the drive of the vehicle. Hence, jumping from a Velar to a Ranger Platinum wasn't a bit of a, I couldn't feel much of a disconnect because of how good the Platinum is. But jumping from those to this one, I was like, there's a bit of a disconnect. But once you drive this vehicle for a day or two, that's when you actually, get those vehicles out of your mind, and then you're in this one and you enjoy this one for what it is. And I've enjoyed it for what it is. Obviously, there's a few things that I wish could have been done better in the vehicle, but overall drive of the vehicle is perfect. Road imperfections is fine. One thing that you will get that I essentially don't like is turbo lag, essentially. So I feel turbo lag could have been worked on, but yet again, it's a 7-speed DCT. I think that comes into play. If I was using a ZF gearbox, would have been different. So now let's speak about the pricing of the vehicle. So the Chinese, this car's not R1 million. It's very far from R1 million. Well, not very far, but it's far from R1 million. So the one I'm in, this is the top of the range. The other one starts just under 600,000, right? The other Chery Tiggo 8. The one I'm in is the top of the range with the four pipes. Okay, speak about the 4 pipes. They don't work. There's no sound. They're just there for aesthetics. There's no sound. Okay, spoken about that. So The one I meant being the top of the range. Price, you're looking at 731,900 rand. A lot of money, but you're getting a lot of car, so not a lot of money. And if you take this vehicle over a period of 5 years, which is 60 months, at an interest rate of 12.25% with no deposit, you are looking at paying 16,300 rand for this vehicle. What do I think about that? I honestly think it's worth it. You're getting a lot of car, and you will enjoy this vehicle, and it looks the business too. But yeah, from South Africa, I'm Nicky Nash and Park Rubbish Change Cars. I've told you a lot about this vehicle. I hope I managed to cover what needed to be covered. If there's a few things that you'd like me to cover that I didn't cover, please comment down below and I'll respond. I'm not a mean guy. I'll respond. I'm a sweet guy, guys. I'll respond. But yeah, other than that, I need to leave you and go do what I do best, which is drive cars. But yeah, from South Africa, I'm Nicky Nash and Park Rubbish Change Cars. I hope you guys did like the content. I'll see you in the next one. I'm signing out.